Hope everyone's good. Nice Wednesday morning, sun is shining. Let's get things done. So, today's equipment, all I've got today is some 2 tins of beans. I've got a bottle of pop, or pop squash. So obviously just add a little bit heavier weight. And then I've just got a bag of tins today. Just add a little bit of weight so if we're going to do some upright rows and stuff like that. So that's the equipment that I'm going to be using today. I say equipment, but bits and bobs that I've got today. So it's a bottle of Vimto and we've got some tins. So I don't know if you want to go off and grab some bits and bobs to make it a little bit harder for yourselves. And obviously if you want to grab yourself some water and some drinks, and then we can pop that down. I'm going to be doing pretty much the same circuit as we did on Friday. Pretty much to try and keep it consistent, so you guys kind of get familiar with the moves. I know perhaps some of you have done the moves before, but it's just to give you that little bit of a sense of, right, okay, I know what I'm going to be doing, I know what's next, and everything like that. Okay, so we've got about a minute before we start, so I'm just going to pop those aside before we get nice and warmed up. So it's a nice chance for you to go and get a drink and keep it down because it is warm outside today. So yeah, it'd be nice for you to kind of do that. So give me a thumbs up or a wave, especially on the bottom of the like page as well. And then we can kind of crack on. So I hope you're all doing well, and let's see what happens in a couple of minutes. Brilliant, so I've got my timer set up as well. So everything's all done. So I'm just going to explain it to you. What we're going to do is a nice steady warm up, alright? And then we're going to do 10 exercises, 30 seconds working, 30 seconds rest. We're going to go through that sequence once, we'll have 2 minutes rest, and then we'll go through that sequence again. So, and then we'll have a 10-minute cool down, or roughly around about 10 minutes. So it's roughly going to be about 41 minutes overall altogether, alright? If you're struggling with any of the particular moves, please try and regress them or make them easy for yourself. I will give easier and harder alternatives as we go along as well, but it's just giving you something to kind of look at for what we do. Hope you're all enjoying the videos and enjoying all the live feeds, especially Craig on Monday. He's going to be doing again on Friday as well. Don't forget our TMW sessions. So please have a little look at them. Yeah, and I hope you're all enjoying them. So it should be pretty good. I'm going to stop babbling now and I'm going to crack on. So we're going to get nice and warmed up, so I'm just going to press play on the timer, and we're going to start off with a nice little steady march on the spot. Excellent. That's it. Keep it nice and steady, and then we're going to start off with just some shoulder rolls. Just rolling our shoulders back, taking it up to the ears and rolling it back down. Alright? So mobilizing our shoulder joint. That's it, and then nice and relaxed. Give a little shake of the arms. And we're just going to do some side steps. Just tap in from side to side, just like so. Here we go. And then from there, then back into a nice little march. But this time we're going to increase our range of movement in our shoulders. We're just going to take it back as if we're just brushing past the hip. As you can see, I've had a bit of a cut. So taking it back. And then rolling it back down again. Perfect. So we're just going to do a couple of crossovers now. As you can see, I'm not lifting my thighs up too high, not lifting my legs up too high. Just tapping it down on top of the knee. Keeping it nice and steady, nice and slow. So we want to gradually warm up that heart rate. And then back into a back march. And this time now, we're going to use the full range. So bringing our arms up. Oh, my arm disappeared. And then we're bringing it back down. I'm not that tall. So we're going up. I had to bring the camera closer to make me look bigger. That's it, bringing it up. And taking it back down again. There we go. That's it. And then back into a nice little march again. From there then what we're going to do is just tap the inner part of our foot. Okay, if you find this difficult, you can tap the inner part of your knee if you need to. Alright, so 2 alternatives there. So just twisting, just tapping the inner part of our foot as you're doing it. Alright? Same again, or tap the inner part of the knee. So whatever's easiest for you. Or you can go. I'm just messing around. That's a nice little steady back to march on spot. Good. Then stand feet hip width apart. Alright, knees just off lock, bringing the elbows in nice and tight, and we're just going to slowly turn to the side, breathing out, come back to the center and breathing in. Exactly the same the other side. So what we're doing is we're mobilizing the middle part of the spine, the thoracic, but we're also working your stomach as well. It's a nice one to do first thing in the morning, especially if you have particularly a bad back before you get out of bed. It's always a nice one to get the body nice and warm before you start moving and again going up downstairs and back into a nice little march again. Perfect. From there we're just going to do some heel digs, just tapping our heel on the floor, and we're going to do some bicep curls as well. There we go. Again, remember, just go at your own rhythm, go at your own pace. That's the most important thing to do, and listen to your body. So if you find it's aching and it's bearable, then that's okay. If you find it's hurting and you're in pain, then you need to stop straight away, okay? So it's going to stand now, feet hip width apart, hands to the side. We're just going to stretch down as far as we can go, coming back to the center, and we're going to stretch back down the other side again, okay? So I want you to imagine perhaps step between two planes of glass and you can't move forwards or you can't move backwards. It's literally a side to side movement. We too tend to see as a lot of people tend to twist and go forward. So we're just mobilizing the lower part of the back for this one. There we go. And then back into a march again. So we're going to take it up a little bit now. So from there we're going to do some hamstring curls. Alright, don't forget you can use anything for support if you need to. You can have the chair in front, just like so, if you want to do it like that. Obviously from the chair what you can do, it would be some leg extensions, so just lifting the leg up and forward. So now we're going to bring in chest press into that. Alright, so a hamstring curl and a chest press. And then taking both hands, place them on the small of the back and squeezing those shoulder blades together. Alright? Well done guys. And then relax. Placing one hand on the chair then, we're going to take the one foot in the handle, grab your sock, as I'm doing over here. As you can see, just keep the knee in line with the hip. And we're going to hold that roughly for about 10 seconds and then relax. Then opposite arm, opposite leg. So as you can see, I personally wore socks today, just so I can give a little bit of an easy alternative to what you're doing. And then with the other leg, using the chair for support again if you need to, you can just hold it just like so. Again, if you're really flexible, you can take the foot in the hand, or again, you can grab your tracksuit bottom or your trousers, whichever is easy for you. And then relax. So from there, we're going to go into some heel digs. Just tapping our heel on the floor, and we're going to do a bicep curl now. Just bring it up to the shoulders, and then taking it back down. There's a few comments coming in, I can't actually see them from you. That's it. So I hope you're all doing well, hope you're all joining in, and then as you take a step forward then with your right leg, you're going to hold that there, hands on the hips, and just sit back into the stretch. Again, if you want to use something for support, please feel free, that's where it's there for. And then slowly come back up. Going to work the brains a little bit now, so we're going to do opposite arm, opposite leg as we're doing it. Here we go. So Craig's on hand as well, so if you've got any questions or if you're not too sure of anything, he's typing away hopefully, and he'll be able to answer anything you've got, any questions. And then as you take a step forward with your left leg, you're going to hold that there and sit back into the stretch. So as I keep on saying, go at your own pace, go wherever you feel comfortable doing, alright? And then slowly come back out that stretch again. I'm just going to move the camera a little bit back a little bit. There we go. Back into march. So from there we're going to do some side steps. And then taking our hands above our head and then back down. Just taking above our head for a shoulder press. Again, any particular shoulder mobility issues, just take it as far as you can. It may only be to there, which is fine. And please don't forget to mirror. So obviously if you've got one bad arm, only take the good arm up to the same height, so it keeps the body symmetrical. Okay, taking it up and back down. From there then, what we're going to do is place one hand on top of the other, and then we're going to stretch all the way up to the top. So stretching all the way down the side of the body, keeping our legs moving. There we go. And then slowly bringing them back down. Good. Then we're going to do opposite arm, opposite leg. This is where people tend to get a little bit confused. So we're doing opposite arm, opposite leg. And then we're going to push to the side. So we're taking that move a little bit further. Again, remember to go at your own pace. You don't have to take big steps. You can just do little ones as I'm doing. You don't have to twist the body so much. Keep a nice rhythm going. And then back into a nice little steady march on the spot again. So from there, what we're going to do is some tap backs with a forward raise. Bringing the arms up to about shoulder height. Pushing off the ball, the foot, and bringing the 2 feet together. There we go. Then as you take a step back then with your left leg, you're going to hold that there. Bend in the front knee and lean slightly forward into stretch. Just make sure the knee doesn't go past the foot, the body is slightly over the knee. So it's a nice straight line from your head all the way down to your heel. And relax. Then we're going to do opposite arm, opposite leg then. Again, getting those brains working. Think about that one then as well. That's it. Keep it going. And then as you take a step back then, okay, with your right leg, we'll hold that there. Bend in the left knee this time, and then knee slightly forward. Again, you should feel it all in the lower part of the leg, the calf muscle. Again, if you want to use something for support, you can do. And then slowly back into a nice little steady march again. Good, so we're just going to take it up a little notch now. Alright, so we're just going to do some crossovers. As you can see, I'm lifting my knee up now a little bit higher compared to what we did at the beginning. Obviously, you're going to go at your pace, alright? So again, if you find that difficult touching the knee, you can just touch the top of the thigh. Getting that back of the hand now to the back or to the side of the knee. So you're having to twist that a little bit more. So hopefully your heart rate's raising up a little bit more. Mine certainly is, put it that way. And then we got one final one to do. And then we're going to go into some mountain climbers. Just as if we're climbing a ladder, just going up. So really raising that heart rate. Opposite arm, opposite leg. It's always important to keep the feet moving, especially if you're taking the arms above the head. Okay, it's encouraging that blood flow return to the heart, especially if you've got any heart trouble or blood pressure. It's always important to keep those feet moving. Alright, well done, lifting up. And then let's go a little bit quicker. So we are pushing up, taking it a little bit harder now. Obviously, if you sat down, what you can do is really take it up, or if you want to, you can do a leg extension. It's entirely up to you. Good, 3, 2, 1, and that's the end of the warm-up. Good, so if you want to grab a drink, guys, and then we'll have a little bit of a rest. So the first exercise we're going to be doing is, like we did on Friday, is some bicep curls with a heel dig. So obviously you can do alternate if you want to, or you can do them both as I'm demonstrating. Or what you can do is, obviously if you sat down here, you can do it like so. If you want to go for something a little bit heavier, you can use the bag or the bottle of squash. I'm going to go for the bottle of squash sitting down. So we're going to do some bicep curls and a heel dig. So this is adding a little bit more weight. Obviously you can use anything around the house that you have, anything that's handy. I know some people have, when they finish their bottles of water or bottles of squash, they've gone out and filled them up with dirt, or they filled them up, or weighed them and filled them up with water, and just use weights like so. So you don't have to use goat ones. And rest. You can actually use anything that's around the house. Next one we're going to do, like we did for the warm-up, we're going to work our core. So feet hip width apart. I'm going to go for a little bit heavier weight than this time. The bag, I'm going to hold this out in front. Last week I used a bag of potatoes, so it goes to show you can use pretty much anything. In here I've got about 3 or 4 cans. Just add a little bit of weight, so we can work our obliques down a little bit more on this particular one. Alright, so we go 3, 2, 1, and off we go again. Feet hip width apart. Send knees slightly bent, so you don't want to be too straight. Don't want to bring the back involved. Keep some nice stable base. Just remember, guys, we're not looking to turn all the way, so you're lifting the foot up. Alright, we just turn into the point where it's comfortable and then twisting back. That's very good. So let's keep on saying we're going to work for 30 seconds, rest for 30 seconds, and we're going to do 10 exercises. 1, and then relax again. Perfect, good. So we've got 30 seconds. So now we're going to do some CVs, so tap backs. Oh, can't speak. Tap backs with a forward raise. So again, if you want to use some tins, or if you want to use a bottle of squash, you can hold it with both hands. you can do. Alright? So you're going to go in 10 seconds time. Obviously if you sat down, what you can, instead of a tap back, you can do some heel digs with a bicep curl as well. Alright? And off we go, guys. Tapping back, bring the arms up. Just like so. Again, if you've got weight in each hand, what you can do is you can do opposite arm, opposite leg if you want to, or you can do, as I'm doing, if we've only got one, you can do 2 or 3 or 4 on each arm, and then swap arms as we're doing it. Well done. But obviously if you find it difficult, you can use both. And then rest. So we're constantly going to work for this 30 seconds, constantly going through. Alright. Next one now, we have some upright rows with some side steps. So I'm going to go back to back because it's a little bit easier in this one. If you do have like a TheraBand or anything like that, you can put it on your foot and lift it up to your chin. So with this one, I'm going to do a little bit of a side step, and I'm going to bring my hands up to my chin and then take them up down, leading up with the elbows. So 3, 2, 1, and off we go. So let's work quite hard for this 30 seconds. Remember to go at your own pace. Alright, go where you feel comfortable. Obviously, if you are sat down, you can still do it at quite a hard rate. Just make sure you're taking the feet a little bit wider to allow the weight to go all the way down. Okay. So working quite hard, leading up with the elbows. That's it. Stand up. 2, 1, and rest again. Good. So use the rest wisely. Use it to go and get a drink, get some fluid in. As I said, keep saying it's very, very hot out there. So now we're going to work on our obliques again. Alright, so now we're going to stand feet hip width apart like we did in the warm-up, and we're going to do some side bends again. Alright, so I purposely kept it the same this week, just for you to get a rough, to get familiar with the exercises. Not that you haven't, you've probably been coming to the classes for a while. 2, 1, and off we go. So you've been coming for a while, but it's just to get, for those who haven't and those who are new, it's just to get you familiar with the moves that we've been doing, and then we can start altering it then over the next couple of weeks and altering the format and what we do. Okay, that's it. So just stretching down as far as we can go. That's it. I'm not lifting up my arm. I'm just allowing my arms by the side, and I'm just going from side to side. All right, 2. And then relax. Good. Again, using the 30 seconds. Using the 30 seconds as much as you can. So this one now is a lateral lunge. So you're going to take a step, bending, and coming back up. Obviously, if you want to put a chair on it, you can do to help with support. Again, just remember, you're only going to go down as far as you can go. So take it to the point where you feel comfortable, and then pushing back up, and then do exactly the same then the other side. Okay, and off we go again. So pushing up, and then if you want to do a forward raise, just to get, or place your hands in the hips. So whatever you feel comfortable doing. So we just stretch. You probably will feel a stretch in the inner part of the thigh as well as we're doing it. Just remember, again, you can use a chair for support. Obviously, if you are sat down, if you want to make it a bit easier, you take a side step, you transfer the weight into the knee, and push back up. Pushing down into the ground, and back up. That's it, and there we go. So then that's good. Big thigh muscles, that's really going to stretch the inner part of the thigh as you're doing it. So we're going to work a little bit of cardio now again. So we're going to do some mountain climbers if you can't climb in a ladder. Alright, so no weights, don't need any equipment for this one. Or if you do, if you've got any wrist weights or ankle weights, sometimes those are pretty good just to have on there again to add that a little bit to make it a little bit harder. Okay, so you're going to go in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, just taking it up and bringing it back down. That's it. So again, as you can see, I'm going full mobility by here. Obviously, if you have any problems with any shoulders or any knees and hips, you would regress it a little bit more, because that's what you'd be able to do as well. But it's just stretching up as much as we possibly can. This one really gets the heart rate going. As you see, I'm struggling to talk and do it at the same time. There we go. And then perfect. So now we've got a lateral raise with a side step. So we're going to be doing just this one. So we're going to pick it up for these last 2 before we have 2 minutes rest. Alright. So this is what we're going to be doing. Alright. Obviously, if you sat down, what you can do again is sitting on the edge of the chair. And the reason why we say that is because you want to engage your stomach muscles, engage your core is what they say. Alright? And you can go like so. So obviously we're working the shoulders. And because we're going at quite a quick rate, we're using getting our heart rates going as well, which is good. So even though I'm only lifting 2 tins, because I'm going at quite a quick rate, I can already feel it in my shoulders. It's really starting to burn. So don't forget, you can go at a particular rate that suits you, keeping it nice and steady. Go at your own pace, guys. Last one, we have the frog squat. So demonstrate, this is in my daily challenge today. So what we're going to do is sit on the edge of the chair, placing the forearms on the knees. We can lift the bum up and then sit back down. If you don't have to use the chair, if you don't want to, you take it to there and go down only as far as you can go, and then pushing back up. As you come up, you feel it stretching all of the hamstrings, and as you're going down, you feel it all on the big quadricep muscles, okay? And off we go. So going it nice and steady. If you feel you have a little bit more mobility, what you can do is put the elbows inside, knees opening up that hip girdle, but just remember that range of movement, okay? If you've got any bad knees or hips, this one is going to be quite difficult to do. And after a couple of seconds, even now, my legs are on fire, okay? But we just take our time, and if you need to rest, obviously you can sit back down and do so. I've got quite right. And we take that and down. Perfect. That's good. I'm going to pause it there. So we have 2 minutes rest now then, guys. Alright, hope you all enjoyed that. So what we're going to do is repeat that circuit again. Alright, so the first we're going to do bicep curls. Then, oh yeah, we'll stick to that. So we're going to do some bicep curls to start off with some heel digs. Hope you're all enjoying it so far. Alright, don't forget to take loads of water on board as well. And hopefully we'll carry on. So we've got a good couple of minutes. There's a chance for me to sort of read particular anything. Andrew's here. And there's Bobby as well. What else? We have a lot. It's a good couple of comments. Hey Vicky, hey Jan, what's happening? I don't know if you're all still there. Don't really know. Could be talking to myself, that's all I know. Yeah, and yeah, for some of the weights, if you do have weights at home, if you do have some kettlebells, or if you have anything like that lying around, yeah, you could do that. It's entirely up to you as to what you've got, especially if you've got your own equipment. As I was mentioned earlier, some people have weighed their own equipment, so where they've got empty bottles of water lying around, then they fill them up with dirt, or they've weighed them with water, and then they've kind of weighed them out and used it for their advantage that way. So there's a good couple of things you can do, and there is equipment around, but obviously at this point in time it's going to be quite difficult to get hold of. I mean, probably Argos still deliver, but as Craig has shown, and I think even myself, we don't have to have vast amount of equipment. It doesn't have to be high tech. We can just use a carrier bag with lots of tins, and we've got some bottles of squash or bottles of water where you can use. It's entirely up to you. It doesn't have to be all the way through. So yes, just scrolling down through. That's perfect. Everyone's going to come now. So we've got about 10 seconds left. So we can start off with the bicep curls and some heel digs again. Alright, 3, 2, 1, and off we go. So working quite hard. Again, if you want to slow the rate down, you can do. You can just remember to go at your own pace. You don't have to go quite quickly. You can take it at your pace, alright? Just remember, you know your fitness, you know how well your body works. So go what you feel comfortable in doing, okay? So just a heel dig, or you can do opposite arm, opposite leg if you want to. And then rest, good. So we're going to work the core again now. Back into that, feet hip width apart, knees slightly off lock. Going to hold the weight out in front, and we're going to slowly turn to the side, come back, and turn to the side again, okay? Again, if you do want to use some weights in a bag, which is what I'm going to do, if you want to make it harder, hold the weight out further. If you want to make it easier, bring the weight in a little bit closer. Again, if you have anything lying around like a kettlebell or anything like that, you can actually do that, okay? And off we go. So let's get some twisting done. Here we go. Back into the center. Whoosh. Keep a nice steady rhythm, yeah. Taking drinks on board as we go along. Got plenty of time in between each one to grab that drink. That's it. It's always important this one to breathe out and breathe in as you come back into the start. That's good. Back into a nice little steady march. Brilliant. So nice little steady march. I'm just going to loosen up and everything. So the next exercise we're going to be doing is some sit to stands. Okay, so this one's a nice simple one. So sitting down, standing back up, sitting down, standing back. Obviously you've got chair with arms, you can use that. Or if you want to, you can place the chair in front of you. So you've got that stability. Just be mindful that the chairs do move. Okay, so we're going to go from there and we're going to stand up. Alright. Taking your time. Again, what you can do is you can combine a lot of exercises. So if you did want to do an upright row with this one, like Craig demonstrated on Monday, or if you want to, you could do a forward raise, or even a lateral raise. It's entirely up to you. It depends on how hard you want to make a particular exercise. Alright, but for today, I'm just sticking to sit the stands, working my leg muscles, and then relax. Good. Take a little bit of sip of water if you need to. Again, it's very, very hot. So in my kitchen it is quite warm today. So we need it. So this one now we have a tap back with a forward raise. I'm going to use the bag for this one just to give you something a little bit of different. Show you something different. So a tap back with a forward raise. So I'm just going with it. As Craig has demonstrated and put online as well, you can use a bag of books if you need to. Just going to tap back with a forward raise. Okay. So don't forget, guys, alright, you can actually do the videos back as well. So obviously if the times don't suit you, I'm thinking this is fine, a little bit difficult timing for me, or just having my dinner, then you can actually do it first thing. You can watch the videos back and the classes back. Then keeping it going. And then relax again. Good. Just really moving the shoulders. So next one now, we have the upright rows with the side steps. We've gone straight from a forward raise, and I can feel it with our little bit of heavy weight. Now we're going to do an upright row with the side step. Okay. So again, I'm going to go back to the bag. There we go. Hold it tightly. And again, bringing it up to the chin and back down. Okay. So we're going 3, 2, 1, and off we go. Side steps and bringing it up to the chin. If you want to make it a little bit harder, you can do a little hop over there. Or if you want to make it easier, you can sit in the chair and slow it down. As you can see, I'm sat pretty much on the corner of the chair because it makes it a little bit easier for me to lower the weight down. Sometimes if I'm in front, I really have to take the feet a little bit wider. Okay, with this one I can really just take it nice and simple, nice and steady. And there we are again, so 30 seconds rest again. Hope you're doing well, guys. You seem keeping well. Perfect, keep it going. Going to take the 2 tins now for the side bends, okay? So like we did in the warm-up, just stretching it out as you're doing it. Don't forget, guys, I'm just using 2 tins. You can use anything you want to, and you can increase the weight or decrease the weight. It's entirely up to you. Alright, so we've got 5 seconds left. So let's get in position, feet a little bit wider than shoulders. Sliding down as far as you can go. Coming back up. That's it. And just rolling down. That's perfect. Keep it going. So it's nice, as I said, to mobilise the lower part of the back, the lumbar. Also, it's working the obliques, so the side parts of the stomach. Alright? But it's a nice one to do first thing in the morning, as well as the spinal twist. That's a very nice one to do both first thing in the morning, just to mobilise that spine. And then popping the tins down. That's good. So now we're going to work on the legs a little bit more. So we're going to do those lateral lunges. Taking a step, doing a lateral lunge, and bring the body up. As I said, keep the back nice and straight, chest nice and high. If you need to use a chair, you can have it in front of you like so. And then what you can do is take a step and then bend. Very important though, guys, if you can, try not to let that knee go past that foot, okay? And off we go. So taking a step. So as you can see, I'm going to take it up a little bit. I'm going to go a little bit quicker just to get the workout that we need. Obviously, what you do is go at a pace that you would find that it works out for you. Okay, so you don't have to go as quick as I am. You can just even do a little start, just transfer the weight if you need to. It doesn't all have to be all go, go, go. Okay, so I'm going to do the full range all the way down for the last couple. That's it, one more push. Excellent. Nice little bit of rest. We're going to go into the mountain climbers now. So if you're climbing a ladder, okay, go as high as we can, stretching up and lifting up. Again, from a chair, what you can do is just doing some high knees. Again, what we don't want to do is sit back into the chair, so allowing the chair to help support our back. Obviously, if your back is that bad and you do require that support, pop a cushion there as well, and that will help out. Alright, so being in mind. So let's go, as if you're climbing a ladder. There we go. I know Andrew's done this loads of times, climbing ladders. There you go. That's it, stretching up as far as you can, as high as you can as well. Just stretching up. Obviously, if you find it difficult with any shoulder mobility, just only take it up a little bit as well. Alright. But again, go at a pace, or you can even do some crossovers if you wanted to as well. There's a different variation of it. Brilliant. So, what we're going to go from there is a lateral raise now with a side step. So, going to take our arms out, just like so. If you want to, what you can do is just even do a march and do a lateral raise if you need to. Alright, that makes it a little bit easier as we go along. Okay, as you can see, I'm just using tins, but you don't have to as well. So when you're ready, so we can start off with the legs. Let's get going, and then bring in the shoulders. Don't forget, guys, you can rest in between in between the 30 seconds. So if I do a couple, you think, oh, I find it a bit difficult, just have a rest. Time is still going, and then once you feel ready, you can go again. So don't feel as if you have to work for the entire 30 seconds. You can go do 10, 5 seconds rest, and do another 10, and then 5 seconds rest at the end. Quickly worked out then by me. I was quite impressed with that then. So last one, so we're going to go into the frog squats. Okay, so again, this is to help build up those thigh muscles, stretching those hamstrings, okay? It really, really does help. It opens up the hip girdle as well. So obviously while gait for the way we walk, you know, a bit stiff and a bit tight around that area, what we need to do is open it up to help improve our mobility and flexibility as we do it. Alright, so again, you need to start off sitting down in a chair, arms and thighs. I'm just going to lift the bum up and taking it back down. Well, as I said, if you want to make it a little bit harder, you can take the chair away, and again, only go down as far as you feel comfortable. I'm going probably down a bit too low for a lot of people there. It's about 90 degrees. Okay, if you want to make it a little bit harder again, you can put the elbows inside of the knee, opening up that hip girdle. Okay, and just remember, as you can see, I'm going trying to regress it there, which would be there. That's it, and it really does target the thigh muscles quite quickly. And rest. Get a touch, guys, for that one. Boom. Well done. Superb effort. Excellent. So what we're going to do is lower those heart rates down nice and gradually, okay? So we're going to start off by a little march. If you want to grab a drink as well, by all means, just feel free. As you're doing that, I'll move all this stuff out of the way. So back into a nice sort of steady march. And we're just going to do some shoulder rolls. So that last one, really took it out then. My breathing's quite heavy. So nice, relaxing those shoulders. We've done a lot of work with shoulders in terms of an upright roll, a lateral raise, forward raise. We're working all the shoulder area. Alright, so it's important to try and loosen up after we've done it and stretch. Okay, so nice couple of shoulder rolls. Then take your one hand, bring it right across your body, and then pull that towards you. So we're just going to stretch the shoulders, and I'm just going to alter it to a side step as well. And then relax, and then we're going to take the other hand out wide, bring it right across your body, and then pull it towards you. I'm just doing something with my feet just to keep them moving, and just to do something different. And then relax again. Perfect. Back into a nice little steady march. Again, we're going to try and lower our heart rate. So from there now, we're going to do some hamstring curls. As you can see, I've completely lowered it right down. I'm doing it nice and slow. And gradually lower that heart rate. Going to bring in a chest press as well. And then take both hands, place them on the smaller back and squeeze those shoulder blades together. As you can see, I've really slowed down the march. And then nice and steady, relax again. Perfect. So from there now, we'll go back into some hamstring curls, just to stretch dynamically more than anything, okay? And then when we're ready, we're going to take our one foot in a hand, the ground using the chair, or you can use a table, which I've got behind me for support. Again, it doesn't have to be grabbing your foot, you can grab your sock, just like so. And then relax. A couple more, just to loosen up. And then taking the other foot in your hand. This time we're going to use a table for support. Again, you can use a worktop or anything. You're going to roughly hold that. And then back into a nice little steady march again. Good. Taking our one hand up now, place it on the same shoulder. And then we're just going to push back. It's not pushing down on the joint. We're basically just pulling the arm back as far as you can. Obviously, if you find that difficult, you can be to there and push up that way. And then relax. Then same arm, same shoulder, and then just push back or pull, depending on the mobility you have and what you're doing. You're just stretching the triceps where we've worked. And then relax again. That's good. Well done. I always like to do a couple of shoulder rolls in between just to improve that mobility. So the next one we're going to do now is some side steps, just to mix things up a little bit, and then into some heel digs. Just tapping our heels, so we're going to leave our arms alone now, nice as by the side, just a little shake if you need to now and again, just to loosen them up. But then as we take a step forward with our left leg, we're going to bend our right knee and sit back into the stretch. Again, if you need to use the chair for support, you can do. And you're stretching all of the hamstring, okay? Sit back, a bit tight in that area, and slowly come back up again. And then we're going to do a couple more. So it's always important to move slowly in and out of the stretches, because you don't want to pull anything. So please take your time. And then as you take a step forward with your right leg, hold that there, bending the left knee, and then going down. Again, as you can see, I'm using a table for support. Again, you can use a chair in front of you if you need to. And then slowly come back up again, back into a nice little march. Not marching as quickly as I was. From there now, we're going to do some side steps again. And then we're just going to do a shoulder press in between for the last couple. Just pushing up and back. So as you can really see, I've really slowed the moves right down. Then place one hand on top of the other, stretching all the way up to the top. This camera angle makes me look taller than I am. Yes, and look, touching the ceiling. And then slowly relax. And then from there, we're just going to do some tap backs. And take a tap back. This time we're going to make sure the heel touches the floor. Okay? Make sure the heel touches the floor. So we're stretching the calf muscle dynamically as well. Again. So as you take a step back with your left leg, hold that there, bending the right knee and lean slightly forward. Okay. So I hope you all enjoyed it, guys. As I kept on saying throughout, go at your own pace. And as I mentioned, I purposely kept it the same as Friday and relax. And we're going to do a couple more. Purposely kept it the same as Friday just for you guys to get familiar with some of the moves that we've been doing. And Craig has been doing as well. So just to familiarise you for those who haven't been taking a part in our classes or anything like that. It's just to get you used to the moves. Alright? And then as you take a step back with your right leg, we're going to hold that there, bend in the left knee and lean slightly forward into stretch. Okay, so even if you are finding some of the moves too hard or too easy, please comment on just down below or let us know via a message or anything like that, because that's the only way we're going to learn is obviously by targeting the audience and actually letting know and finding out what exactly our audience wants. And relax back into a nice little steady march. So yeah, so please don't be afraid. So on Friday we have TMW, Tai Chi for Movements of Wellbeing in the morning with Craig. And then we have a gentle exercise class then at 11:30. So please join in on those as well. And hope you all enjoyed it for today. And again, touch from it, boosh. So Glennis is there, hello, I hope you're doing well. I think I saw Vicky at the start as well, and I'm sure I've seen Jan's comments somewhere under there. So yeah, I hope you're all okay. I hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and yes, I'll see you again very soon. and Craig will see you Friday morning for our TMW session. It's a lovely way to start the morning, and yeah, I'm sure you'll all join in. So thank you very much, and take care. See you soon.